What's something your body does that you've never told a single person about? Every 36 to 48 hours, I need to peel the top dead skin layer off my lips. No matter what I do, drink water, moisturize, my lips always go to that point that the top layer is dry and crumbly, and it will look nasty if I don't peel it. And no, my lips don't bleed, they're perfect once the dead skin is off. It's kind of satisfying, but at the same time I hate it and wish I had normal lips.
If I am really hungry, I'll get nauseous all of a sudden, and then I'll end up sneezing. After I sneeze, I feel normal again.
I've never connected this to being hungry, but I do sometimes feel nauseated just before sneezing. A few times I've worried that I was about to vomit, but then the sneeze happens and it resolves. I swear I can smell sickness on people. My husband smelled funny and I kept telling him to go to the doctor. He went, they ran tests and ultrasounds, and said his prostate was enlarged. No big deal. I kept nagging him and he ignored it. Christmas Day 2021, he came down with a 104-degree fever and we rushed him to the hospital. Within 2 weeks, he was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal metastatic kidney cancer. I can also smell it on animals.
Same. I owned a dog grooming salon for 20 years. I can smell when a dog is going to die. If they smelled like puppy breath but were old, it was their last groom, always right. When someone dear was battling cancer, I could smell when it was worse. Years later, I found out my daughter could too. Derealization. I have many moments of feeling like I'm in a waking dream. It's hard to explain, but my doctor told me that's what it's called. I get this if I stare into a mirror too long. It's like I'm watching someone else. I get exhausted and genuinely need to lie down. I've been to the doctors, had blood tests, all the stuff. Everything comes back normal. I have no idea what it is. I'm not overweight and I work out, but never overwork myself. I know what I'm doing on that front, and I look around at other people similar ages and I just don't get it. Even people older than me by 15 to 20 years don't get tired like I do. I absolutely know something is up because it makes no sense to crash like I do, but I just don't know what it is. I get flashbacks of embarrassing or traumatic events and memories, and I absolutely have to do something physical to get them out of my head, either in the form of a twitch or a verbal outburst of some kind. I'm 30 and actually quite surprised no one has noticed yet. I have almost been caught a few times, but usually play it off quite well. I make facial expressions while having fake arguments or scenarios in my head. I'll be walking down the street looking like I'm winning a Nobel Prize or having a breakdown, but it's all just happening in my mind. I hope no one ever catches me. In the morning, I can't clench my fists. They really hurt if I try, but it's been like that for years. Whenever I ask people, they always say that has never happened to them. My right knee feels very weird, almost like I hurt myself. But there's no pain, and I can walk and do everything normally. I don't have insurance, so all is well. Right as I'm drifting off to sleep and I'm in that in-between state, I'll sometimes get auditory hallucinations. I might hear someone talking or a door open or something specific. It will be very realistic, and I'm not quite asleep yet, but it's all in my head. I wake up in the middle of the night because I hear someone knocking. It always matches where I am. Camping, it sounds like someone banging on the camper door. Motel, it sounds like someone knocking on the motel door. Home, same thing. It sounds so real. My wife never hears it, and I'm the half-deaf one. The real indicator that it's all in my head, though, is that the dog doesn't bark at it. If the dog doesn't bark, I just roll over and go back to sleep. Hypnagogic is when it happens as you're going to sleep. Hypnopompic is when it happens as you're waking up. I get both visual and auditory hallucinations this way, but the auditory ones are scarier because they're harder to question.
Wait, hold up. This is way too relatable, and now I'm wondering if everyone just collectively agreed never to talk about all the weird stuff our bodies do. Like, there's probably some universal human experience we're all keeping secret from each other for no good reason.
After I chug a bunch of water, if I shake my body, I can hear the water sloshing around in my stomach.
If I'm around someone with a cold or flu, I can normally tell them 30 minutes if I'm going to get sick or not. I know it's coming before there are any signs. Weird. I can vomit at will. No pain, no fingers in my mouth. I can just regurgitate quickly and easily if I want to. I have no idea why.
Could do it from a young age and still can in my mid-20s. I'm a habitual joint cracker. Fingers, wrists, ankles, back, toes, neck, shoulders. I cracked my neck like a year and a half ago, and I suddenly got really hot and tunnel visioned. And ever since then, every time I turn my head to either side, like to look around, the base of my skull crackles a little bit. I refuse to say anything because I just got a general practitioner for the first time in nearly a decade, and I've already spent several grand in copays and such to investigate every other problem, and now have several outstanding bills and zero answers for anything. Every morning, about 1 minute before I get the urge to poop, I feel the gas in my lower abdomen move, and it is excruciating pain for about 20 seconds. I have no clue why it hurts so much, but it's how I know I'm going to need to poop. The poops are always normal.
Man, what's it like to poop daily, though? Randomly and rarely, when I start drifting to sleep, I'll get a full-body twitch so strong that I fear I'm having a seizure. An arm that's resting at my side could fly up over my head. When I was younger, I often felt the falling part of falling asleep, sometimes a leg kick here and there, but never something as intense as this. I get what is aptly named exploding head syndrome, which in my case is experienced as a sharp, screeching, high-pitched noise, a bit like a dial-up modem, shooting through my head right as I'm about to fall asleep. But I don't mean just hearing the noise. I mean it goes through my brain like a lightning strike. It's like a mini, very brief seizure or something. The first time it happened, I thought I was having a stroke. Doesn't happen often, thankfully, but can happen any night. When I yawn, sometimes air escapes my throat and makes a weird noise. I got made fun of in high school for it. It's called retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction, RCPD. Most who have it can't burp, but that's only some people. I have it and can burp on command.
Sometimes, if I wake up out of a super deep sleep, I lose all information and it's terrifying. I don't know where I am, who I am, nothing. It only lasts a few seconds, but it's indescribable fear. Thankfully, it hasn't happened in a while. Sometimes I just feel random sharp pains at random times in random places on my body. Usually they only last a second, but sometimes I need to rub the area to get it to stop. Frequently, when I scratch a tiny bump on my skin, I will feel it somewhere else on my body. It's a sharp feeling, just like I scratched a bump somewhere else. ETA. Guys, I'm 51 and I've never told anyone about this, but just looked it up, and there's a German word for this. Of course there is. Mitempfindung. Referred itch in English. My nerves are just being wonky, and I'm not crazy after all. Drinking certain fizzy drinks too fast, Dr. Pepper is definitely the worst offender, gives me a pain toward the top of my right shoulder. Sometimes I get cramps around my heart. It hurts, and I just hold still till they pass. It's been happening off and on as long as I can remember. Sometimes I can't find my itch for a while. I'll think it's my leg that itches, but after scratching my whole leg, I still can't find it. And then I figure out that the itch was on the back of my neck the whole time. I have partial seizures while at work doing customer service, and no one knows. I can't lie down on my left-hand side. It feels like all my organs are being crushed. Totally fine on my right side. It's not a secret, I've just never thought to bring it up with anyone. Is it just me? Sometimes I'll randomly get really shaky and dizzy, but it usually goes away after a bit. Happens to me too, and my vision starts to go black. I sit for a few minutes, then all is well. If I eat a heavy meal, I need to be near a toilet for about 30 to 90 minutes, because at some point in that window, I will have an urge to poop that needs to be resolved within about 10 seconds of it arising.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.